Millennials, you have been caught. It seems you are the reason for slowdown in the economy in India. No, I'm not saying that. The finance minister and our media is saying that. Okay, tell me one thing. Are you avoiding buying a house, or much worse, are you using Ola and Uber instead of buying a car? Let me know in the comments. Tell me why. Why are you not contributing to the economy? Why are you not buying a house? Why are you not buying a car? What do you think, millennials? How will the economy improve if you don't invest in a house or a car? The banks want to give you loans so that they can make good profits. Yes, you see, some people took money from the bank and never returned it. The only people who return the money are the people who buy a house or the people who buy a car using a loan from the bank. Look, I'm not saying all this. The media is showing our finance minister blaming the millennials for the slowdown in our economy. In one of the videos, the interview of Finance Minister Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman said the reason for auto sector slowdown is because millennials are not buying cars anymore. Watch this.
The mindset of the millennials who are now preferring not to commit an EMI towards buying an automobile, instead would prefer to have Ola and the Uber and everything else, or take the metro. So a whole lot of factors are influencing the automobile sector.
This was just a 60-second clip from a 1 hour interview. And as usual, the media picked up the 60-second clip and ran it for the full day, reacting to what our minister said. You know what I feel, millennials? Media has become a reaction channel. They no longer show the news. They react on who said what to whom. And my friends, what do you think? Who did Mrs. Sitharaman quote? The media. Isn't it an irony? The minister quoted some reports in the media about the slowdown, and now the media is quoting the minister for her statements. Isn't this a blame game? An endless cycle of pointing fingers at each other? You are smart, you don't fall into that trap. You can see these reports from the media that appeared even before Mrs. Sitharaman said this in an interview. Forget about this fight between the media and the government. It will remain forever because it is required to sell advertisements. If you don't believe me, check the first page of your newspapers. What do you see? Check any news channel. How much is the news versus the ads ratio? Look at the ticker at the bottom of the news channel. Check the ratio of the advertisements. Instead of focusing on the fight between the media and the government and the whole controversy surrounding who said what to whom, let us focus on the real question. Is the millennial mindset responsible for slowdown in our economy? This is an important question and we are going to find an answer to that. But before we can attempt to answer that, we have to understand who are the millennials. Well, the millennials are the people born between 1980 and 2000, which means they are the people of age group of 19 years to roughly 40 years. This age group we are talking about. Some are just starting their careers and others may have already reached their midlife crisis. My friend, if you are still watching, my name is Amit Patel and I am founder of this channel, Musings by Amit. If you have not yet liked this video, then I would request you to like this video because it will help the YouTube algorithm to show this video to more people like you. And subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon because on this channel I share a lot of ideas, insight, tools and tactics that are related to growing your career in a job or becoming an entrepreneur by building an unstoppable business. So coming back to the primary question, is millennial mindset responsible for slowdown in our economy in India? And I'm going to answer this question based on various reports I have read and from my observation when having a conversation with the millennials. And before we talk about the slowdown in our economy in India, let us first talk about the 5 challenges millennials are facing. These I feel are the challenges because of which they are not buying a house or even buying a car. The first challenge is the income of the millennials. The income of the millennials who joined the workforce in the last 10 years has remained almost flat. In 2010, freshers in the software industries were getting between 2 lakhs per annum to 3.5 lakhs per annum. This figure has remained flat throughout the last 10 years. This is because of the demand and supply. There are more graduates coming out of colleges compared to the number of jobs for these graduates. These figures are visible in every traditional industry. It is only the newer industries that there is a lack of talent. One tip here for those who want to find a job, get a skill in the industry that has a lack of talent and you will never have to worry about your job. Because of lack of talent in some industries, the salaries have gone up in these industries. In software, some companies are paying double salaries for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science because there is a demand and the supply is very low. Recently, I made a video about this. You can watch it here or in the link in the description below. But these industries are nascent and the number of people who can double their salaries is very small. So on an average, the income of millennials joining the workforce have remained flat throughout the last 10 years. This is the first challenge the millennials are facing. The second challenge is the student loans. Now, this challenge is less in India and more in the other developed nations and has become a crisis in the United States of America. According to one report in the Time magazine, they say that Americans are drowning in 1.5 trillion of student loan debt. This is huge. United States of America has about 44 million Americans, mostly millennials, who are already in debt even before joining the workforce. Now in India, parents usually fund their children's education. But even in India, in the last 10 years, there have been some rise in the student loans. There are students who are taking on debt even before they join the workforce. I feel that taking a cue from the United States of America, the students of India and their parents should try to avoid taking a loan from the bank unless the student is a genius and will miss out if not funded by the bank. The second challenge the millennials are facing is loans. They have accumulated debt even before joining the workforce. The third challenge is the job insecurity. There is no job security nowadays. There are companies that go into a loss and then they lay off a good number of people. There are companies that go bankrupt and first they stop paying the salaries and next they fold. So all the people in those companies are either looking for a job or a lot of them are jobless. Then there is this issue, entire industries that are disrupted because of change in the technology. or something new that is bigger, better, and cheaper. So, industries are closing down, which impact the entire ecosystem of the economy. This again renders a lot of people jobless. For example, in my city, known for textiles and diamonds, there has been a huge shift. Because of that, a lot of units have closed down and are regularly closing as we speak. Gone are the days that my dad enjoyed. He joined one company when he was 25 years old and retired from the same company after they gave him a plaque of service for 35 years. His entire life and finances were built on stability of one job. Imagine that was like a Cinderella dream come true in today's world. So, job insecurity is the third challenge for millennials, and they will have to learn to deal with it. Because of the world in which we live today, it has become all the more important for millennials and post millennials to follow some golden rules of money. If you don't know the golden rules of money, then watch my video on the same topic here once you finish watching this video. That video will help you start thinking about money in a totally different manner. Millennial money is as important as millennial mindset. Coming back to our topic, the fourth challenge is the cost of house. I recently sold my house in another city to buy a house in my hometown. Do you know the cost of this house? It is a 4 bedroom row house and it cost 2.1 crores to buy. 2.1 crores. I have not seen money like that. But how much does it cost to rent? Only rupees 25,000 per month. So you know what I did? I put my money in savings and fixed deposit, and then I made a decision to stay in this house on rent. Yes, on rent. Because even if I stay in this house on rent, for 10 years I'll be paying approximately 30 lakhs for this house, and in 20 years I'll be paying a maximum of 65 to 70 lakhs. But if I buy this house today, I will need a loan of at least 1.5 crores. Do you know how much will be the EMI on that loan for 20 years? About 1.5 lakhs per month. Just imagine the extra burden of 1.25 lakhs per month just to live in this house where I can pay rupees 25,000 and not worry about maintenance or property tax. If millennials are not buying a house, then this can be the reason. The cost of property is high in every metro city. So buying a house can put a lot of pressure on finances of millennials. There was a time when salaried employees used to take advantage of the tax write-off of 1.5 lakhs for buying a house on a loan. But now that tax write-off is too small compared to the overall cost of the loan. There was a golden period when salaried people could buy a house because cost of house and tax rebate were affordable. But today, unless you have enough money where you don't need a big loan, buying a house is out of question. That is the fourth challenge millennials are facing. The cost of house have gone up so much that buying a house is out of question even for millennials. The fifth and the final challenge of buying a car. Between the period of 2014 and 2017, I got an opportunity to live in Sydney. When I reached Sydney, I thought that I needed a car and I bought a second hand Mazda 3 for $8,800. But in Sydney, you have a last mile connection with public transport. That means from your home to any place, you can use the metro or the bus. The cost of public transport is also affordable. So I was not using the car much, and after a few months I realized that buying a car is futile in Sydney. Over that, I had to pay another $1,500 for maintenance and insurance. Now, this was a complete waste of money because I was hardly using the car. So, within a year, I decided to sell my car at a loss. Then I subscribed to a GoGet service. GoGet is a car share service across Australia. Generally, we used public transport for traveling in Sydney, but for long distance, we used GoGet service sometimes. It was cheaper than owning a car. In GoGet, I spent less than the cost of maintenance and insurance in 2 years of using that service. It was really a big saving. I feel that today we have more options available than having to buy a car. And in India, a lot of millennials already have a car from their parents. Nowadays, no one is stuck because of unavailability of a car. A car was a fancy when I was growing up, but for millennials, the car is not a fancy. In fact, they can call a car at push of a button. How good is that? That is the fifth and the final reason for challenges millennials are facing. In a nutshell, I feel that millennials are not interested in buying a house or buying a car because of all these five challenges we are seeing today. Who knows, these millennials who have better education and better entrepreneurial spirit may come up with millennial homes that are easy for millennials to invest in. As far as cars are concerned, we already have Olas and Ubers, the car share service that have made a dent in the universe. This was the primary question. Is the millennial mindset responsible for slowdown in the economy? The secondary question is there really a slowdown in the economy? Now, I am not an economic expert, but there are two videos from experts of the industry for those who are interested. The first video is of Mr. Narayan Murthy, the founder of Infosys, that came out about 2 to 3 weeks before. He said a lot of things about the economy and his views do not match with the hype created by the media. And the second video is a video of Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the Warren Buffett of India or the big bull of the stock market in India. He said a lot of things about the economy, and again, his views do not match the hype created by the media. I'll share the link in the description for both these videos, but in short, both of these experts believe that there is not the kind of slowdown that the media and the government is pointing fingers at each other. Friends, whether you are a millennial or not, there is one thing to understand. You are responsible for your own future. No country, no government, no market, no business, no company, or nobody, not even your parents, can help you. Your parents can give you money, but they cannot give you a job or an income. You are the one who can help yourself. The easiest ways to help yourself is to focus on your skills and talents and keep improving them so that the world cannot ignore you. So, in conclusion, millennials, I think you are not responsible for the slowdown in the economy. As the finance minister rightly said, there are thousands of factors which are responsible for the slowdown in the economy, and not buying a house or not buying a car is a very small factor within all of this. Also, one more thing she said was that the results are only of the first quarter, so there are still 3 quarters to go, and there are chances of the economy improving as we go into these 3 quarters. So you are not responsible for the slowdown in the economy. But yes, you can certainly contribute by doing your best work to help the economy. My friend, if you are still watching, my name is Amit Patel. I am the founder of this channel, Musings by Amit. If you have not yet liked this video so far, then I would request you to like this video because it will help YouTube algorithms to show this video to more and more millennials like you. Moreover, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon because I share a lot of ideas, insight, tools and tactics that will help you grow in your career if you are in a job, or it will help you in becoming an entrepreneur if you are building a business. Thank you for watching this video. Stay focused, stay rich, keep coming back for more. On the next slide, I have shared my other videos. Have fun and watch those videos. Subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates.